Hello, I'm Amelia from Arrayed in Grace, and I'll be showing you how to quill snowflakes today. And here is a pattern for 4 of the snowflakes that I'm working on. You can get those patterns with the little white pieces of paper at Hobby Lobby. And I'll be making a loose circle right now, which I'll turn into a marquee shape after it's dried. This is a 4-inch strip of paper. You roll it up tight and then let it loose before you pull it off of the quilling tool. And then you take a toothpick, or if you have a needle tip on your glue bottle, and take a very small amount of glue and place it just inside that inner flap. And then use the toothpick or the needle or the quilling tool to hold that down until it's nice and stuck, starts to dry. To create a smoother edge, you can tear that edge of paper off there and it will be less visible. But because that seam is going to be glued onto another piece for the snowflake, I'm just going to leave it to make it a little easier. I've got each snowflake separated here. So I've already done quite a few pieces. So here is a loose circle that I've already done. And to make that marquee shape, I'm going to make sure that seam is near the edge, and I just pinch it. And that creates a teardrop shape, and then pinch it on the other side to create a marquee shape. Looks kind of like an eyeball. And again, there's another one that's already dry. Make sure you are mindful of where the seam is. And it's really best to grab both ends at the same time and pinch to create the marquee shape. The strips of paper that come in this kit are really nice because they are close to being exactly the size you need for most of it. They're a smidge over 8 inches, and most of the pieces you need are 4 inches. So I just leave them the way that they are, and cut them in half. So it's just a little bit over 4 inches. Disregard me bending that in half. I don't know what I was thinking. You want to try to be careful to keep your paper lined up as you roll it around the quilling tool, because it won't sit flush if it's not lined up. So see, there it is, unwinding just a bit, and then push it off from the center, because if that pulls out while you're pulling it off, then you'll get this viney twirly thing coming off, which is great if you mean to do it, and it will be terrible if you don't intend for that. because it won't go all the way back in. So again, just hold that toothpick there till it gets sticky and dried. And you want to try to get these all about the same size. It takes practice. When you're just starting, it's good to do lots of the different shapes just over and over again, not really with any intent of making something out of it, but just to get the feel down for how it's rolled. Using the same size strips, especially if you're working on a specific project like this one that uses 4 inches. Use lots of 4-inch strips as you're practicing. Just a little drop of glue. You want to make sure that your hands are clean. I've already got pieces of glue stuck to my fingers. You want to wash those off frequently to keep your pieces nice and clean. Coming up pretty soon, I will have these in my Etsy shop. And my shop name is Arrayed in Grace. ARRAYED in Grace. So you can go check those out. They make beautiful Christmas tree ornaments, gifts for friends and family. Here in just a second, I'll show you the different shapes that it uses for these snowflakes. Pretty much all the basic shapes. So on almost every single snowflake on this page, it is on every single snowflake, is the heart shape, the loose heart. I'm sorry, open heart. If I can hang on to it. See, it is open here. And you can glue those together. Just a touch of glue right in the middle there to hold that together, but that is what that looks like. And then the V scroll. It's a V shape and has scrolls on either end. You fold the paper in half and then twirl the ends out. And it takes practice to get a feel for the midway point on each of these, where you want them to come out to where each of the tops are at the same place. So just like that. And then there is a C scroll, which looks like this. And then an S scroll, and that has a smaller side on one and a larger side on the other. And then there is an off-center C scroll over here. And then as we started in this video, the marquee shape, that is made from the loose circle shape, which there are also loose circles. And then there is the teardrop shape, which, as I showed you making one of the marquees, you just pinch one end to make the teardrop shape. And I believe that is all of the different shapes that you need to make a snowflake. So like I said, at Hobby Lobby, they've got this nice kit that comes with this and a few other patterns, quite a few other patterns. And they suggest taking a piece of cardboard, copying your pattern, and then putting a piece of wax paper on top. So then you can take your shapes and, let's see if I can get this on the camera here. You can lay your shapes on top of the pattern. Again, gluing those hearts before you put them on there. And then the V-scrolls for this little section here would be glued together like so. And you'll glue each of these together to create that snowflake. And I like to spray a UV protection spray on top of these to give it a little extra support. So there you have it. That is how you make a quilled snowflake. Have a nice day.